need to go much more into the niche further. And what we now do is what is here: constipation in children, constipation in pregnancy. And we need to go further into it, make it more specific, and the chances are that this formula will then work better.
Yeah, I think the formula is right. There's a couple of things to say. I mean, one is, as we learned when we were talking about AdWords, that when you put a new campaign on and you are untested and unproven to Google, it will often only display you 1 impression in 10. So just because there's 10,000 impressions for constipation, you might only be displayed, your advert might only be displayed 1 in 10 if you're new. So you only get 1,000 impressions to then. So in other words, if you had £1 million to spend, you could still only spend £1,000 on 500 quid or 50 quid, because at that point your adverts are not proven to them. But we would have to sort of look carefully about whether that was a significant factor or not. But I think you're right in that, as we discussed today, it's about going sufficiently far into the niche to be explicitly meaningful for that person.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that if that's the message we take from this, the learning curve has been correct. You know what I mean? But obviously give the campaigns long enough with a decent click-through rate and a decent. Make sure that you're displayed enough impressions so that the amount is statistically significant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it sounds like it already is, to be honest. Fantastic. So, where do you go from here then?
Oh, this coming Friday, I'm going to present this to the web designer and say, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Excellent.
So
watch this space then.
Watch this space. On the 14th of October, I'm going to London.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk to the people who actually make the platform.
Yeah.
And really with a view to learning more about the platform myself.
Yeah.
But, you know, October, before the end of October, this will all be implemented.
Yeah.
The difficult bit, out of all the things to do, is the video.
Video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And getting that right. But I mean, if we get an essence of you through it, it will have done its job.
Yeah.
Because I do think the thing that differentiates you is this clinician. You are a scientist, a clinician, a doctor, and that should differentiate you quite nicely in the market. And if we get some of your character through, I don't think it'll fail. I mean, there are two issues. One is, do you have the right big picture to do this? And I think you do have that now. Yep. I think you had 95% of it beforehand, but I think it sounds on gut feel like you're positioning right. The second thing is, the devil's in the detail, the execution, and how carefully you execute this will kind of make or break it really, and make sure that you continue the learning curve that you've done through this exercise. Yep. And use things very effectively like Google AdWords to test things. Yeah. And I think it looks exciting.
I think it is, because I know there's, you know, we're not just, this is not a standing start. We already got a business that's in profit, has been going, and so we know all that. The only thing what we really wanted to know is, look, we know the market is out there. That's not the limiting factor. Yeah. It was, how do we reach it? We are now at such a comfortable position. I own a lot of domains all related to Alright. Now, alright.co.uk is either on the bottom end of page 1 or the top end of page 2, depending on which day you are there. We're already there. I mean, what a very fortunate position to be in.
Yeah, and I think that's what stands in your favour, is that you've been through this learning curve for quite a period of time already. You already have domains in position that have history and a consistency of action around the right sort of key themes. So you are genuinely in a position where you could kick on, I think.
It is now just a matter of get on and do it.
Lovely.
That's where we are. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much. One standout moment there. One little soundbite that you could give everyone.
You know, go to Johnny Green. I mean, that's obvious. Go to Johnny Green. You know, just don't faff around. Go to Johnny Green.
Bless you.
Was that a good one?
Yeah, that's fine for me. It works for you.